It's finally here. Today is the day Superman Legacy gets to my theater. I'm going to the first showing in Iceland, which is around now. I haven't seen this movie quite yet, but I'm on my way to see it the 10th of July, which is the day before it releases in the US, which is fantastic. If you didn't know, Superman Legacy, or now called just Superman, is my most anticipated movie of this year. Probably of the last 5 years since Endgame, to be honest. And for those who don't know me, I'm the Hobby Man, and I am the biggest Superman stan of all time. If you know me on TikTok, you know I made a bunch of videos debating other characters against Superman, and I was always defending the character. Everyone said he was shit and not a good character. I was always there telling that he is top three, in my opinion. He's my second favorite superhero of all time. My first, obviously, being Batman, then Superman, and then Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. But we ain't getting Hal Jordan, but we are getting Guy Gardner. So I'm very excited to see them because I really like the Green Lantern Corps, or just all the villains and everything in Green Lantern. But yeah, in this video I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler review and a spoiler review. I will let you all know when the spoilers start, so you don't have to worry about that, because I don't want you to be spoiled for the movie. But yeah, I am super excited to see this film for the first time. And please, everyone who is watching this and everything, please make me a favor and just go see the movie, because if this movie doesn't do well, it's over for the DCU or the DC universe, and we don't want that. We want more superhero films. I want to see Green Lantern. I want to see the Flash. I want to see a bunch of other characters from the DC, even Maxima. I don't know, but please, please go and support this film to your local cinema. But yeah, I'm going to the movie. I'll see y'all later. But before I go, stare at this picture. I found this on Tenerife. I took a picture of it because it says Avengers Infinity War, and it has the Flash and Green Lantern and Superman. But anyways, my predictions for the movies. I think this movie is going to be really fun and a great time, because obviously James Gunn has directed the Guardians movies, were all great. He also directed the Suicide Squad, fantastic, and Creature Commando, which was a big surprise because I really like that. So overall, I think this movie is going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to see it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, but I'll see you later. Goodbye. For the moment, I'll be right back. For you, it'll be like a second. For me, it will be 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours. So I don't know if you can quite see it, but in this photo I took right before the screening, the movie was pretty much full. It's not a great photo. I'm not a good vlogger, to be honest, but it's the first time in a long time since No Way Home that the theater is actually full. I only remember like four movies. That was Endgame, No Way Home, and then The Force Awakens and Last Jedi. So all the Star Wars movies, not Solo and Rise. But it's good to see that the movie theater was basically full, because every seat was taken, and that's very rare in Iceland. So if you couldn't tell already, I'm out of the cinema, and this movie being 2 hours and 9 minutes, it felt way shorter, because this movie is enjoyable all way through. It's a fantastic film in my opinion. I really liked it. They did some of the characters great, like Guy Gardner. No spoilers. This is the non-spoiler part. Guy Gardner was fantastic. He probably one of the best characters in this movie. He was great. Hawkgirl, don't really know much about this specific Hawkgirl from the comics, but she was fine. Mr. Terrific, fantastic. They finally did Mr. Terrific great in live action, way better than he was in Arrow. And David Cornsweet as Superman he is Superman. Sure, Henry Cavill probably looks better because of the suit and everything, in my opinion, but this movie takes Superman right out from the comics. It's some scenes are just ripped from the comics. It's fantastic how they shot this movie, and David Cornsweet looks great as Superman. And to be honest, David and Rachel are right up there in terms of chemistry on to Tom Welling and Erica, which, if you didn't know, I love Smallville, and that is probably still today, but it's close with this movie, the best chemistry between Superman and Lois we have ever gotten in live action. So do yourself a favor and watch Smallville. It's a fantastic show. So do I think the DCU is back? In my opinion, I think it can't be, because this movie was great in all terms. I don't see a lot of problems with it. Sure, Metamorpho, I was really excited to see him, and I think his character wasn't as good as I wanted him to be. That's my main issue with the film. But overall, I think this film was just great and a great start to the DCU. I heard a guy because we have a little break in the middle of the movie in Mycenae, like a 15-minute break, so people can go snacks and go to the restrooms here in Iceland. A guy said that this movie was bad because it was moving a lot fast and everything. I don't agree with him because, yes, I don't think they were moving quite fast. A lot of people had that problem or thought there was going to be a problem with the movie because of so many characters being introduced for the first time. But I didn't see that as a problem. I obviously know all the characters, but for the normal audience, I think this movie handles it well. So yes, with how much huge weight this movie has on the shoulder to start a new cinematic universe, the DCU to be more specific, I think they handled it in a pretty good way, and I really, really enjoyed this film, and it was a great start to the universe. Also, in my opinion, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor was perfectly cast. My favorite Lex Luthor was also from Smallville, being Michael Rosenbaum, and obviously he was peak fantastic Lex Luthor, but I think this movie just bring another level to Lex Luthor. I think we will never have another Lex Luthor on this level. He was brutal in all ways, and it was always fun seeing him on the screen. So yeah, they did a fantastic job with Lex Luthor, probably one of my favorite characters from this movie. So here, still in the non-spoiler section, go do yourself a favor. Not the movie, but for everyone else, obviously. But go to the cinemas and watch this film. It's that good. You have to see it in the cinema. And I think we will do all yourself a favor if you watch this and the movie does good. So we will get more films. Since this one is good, it's probably going to be a lot more. Supergirl's going to peak. I just know that because you have seen the set photos. And I don't see how they can mess this up. But yeah, go support this film in the cinemas. And overall, I'll probably give it around 8 or 9 out of 10. Yeah, a great start to the DCU. But let's move on to the spoiler section of this film. So if you haven't seen the movie, which most of you have because it isn't released yet, so just I'll give you a 5-second break. Just leave this video right now. Don't get spoiled because you have to just experience this movie for yourself. So yeah, on to the spoiler section. I'm just going to start the spoiler section off by saying, is Superman in this movie going to be stronger than the MCU Thor? Because we just saw him and Metamorpho get out of a black hole. They were right at it, they were pulling at it, and they just escaped it. So yeah, that's a massive feat for Superman and also Metamorpho. So yeah, those two beat Thor right out there. I'm just kidding, but that's an impressive feat if you really think about it. I'll probably do a video breakdown of it later because now it's very late and I just wanted to get this review out before the movie releases. And if I seem tired at all of my voice, that's because I am dealing with a Doberman puppy, 6 months old. And if you know about Dobermans or dog breeds, you know that are really difficult puppies. And she doesn't want to go to sleep, so this is very difficult for me. But yeah, let's continue. To be honest, I'm not that used to doing reviews, so I'm just going to talk about my favorite scenes in this movie. So, the scene where the lady is driving away and the house falls over because of the rift that is splitting Metropolis in half, and Superman saves her, and then you can see her look back, and out of the dust, Superman is just flying in the air. That is by far my favorite shot in the entire movie, and it's not even close. That is by far the best shot in the movie. And the scene with Guy Gardner where he was in the fictional city of Bolivia, I think it was called, just taking the F button or whatever it's called, giving them the F finger, the cars and tanks he was flipping over, that was fucking hilarious. And as I said, Guy Gardner was done brilliantly in this move. He's cocky, he is great, he thinks he's the leader, and yeah, Justice Gang all the way. And obviously Lex Luthor being Lex Luthor and torturing the dog and the monkeys and keeping all his ex-wives or girlfriends in the pocket dimension was hilarious and great because Lex Luthor in this movie, as I said earlier, is probably the best depiction of Lex Luthor. So yeah, in my opinion, being the first movie of the DCU, how much weight it had on the shoulders of the universe or of the DC, just entirety of the DC universe, everything was on Superman's film or shoulders. And James Gunn, David Cornsey, Rachel, Nicholas, and everyone involved did a fantastic job, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. So yeah, overall rating for the movie is probably 8 or 9 or a 10. 8, 9 out of 10, not a 10 or a 10, because I had some problems with it. Like I said, I don't like what they did to Metamorpho. I've been really excited to see him, but his power looks sick. Everything in this movie looks sick. And obviously Supergirl in the end, I can't wait for the Supergirl film, because those two are great. Superman and Supergirl just need a little bit more protective, like in Batman Superman Apocalypse or whatever it's called. And I think, yeah, she's gonna be a fantastic Supergirl. Probably the best Supergirl we got in since Melissa Bonesti. But yeah, I think we can even top her. I just can't wait to see the Flash, Batman, and everyone else in this new universe. But yeah, go do yourself a favor. Go watch Superman in the cinema, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.